Hello you guys, Miss Steele here. Here is my hands. I'm down here at the bottom. This thing is recording. Recording what I'm doing with my hands. Sorry, I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit. So what we're gonna be working on today is we're gonna be working on something that explores negative and positive shapes. So basically, negative shapes are kind of what you guys would think as the background. It's the area in between positive shapes, what we're meant to focus on in the artwork. So for this project, you're going to need a pencil, a pair of scissors, some glue, and then you're going to need 2 pieces of paper. And you want these papers to be 2 different colors. I have red and white, but you could do a different color if you would like. But it's super important they're 2 different colors so we can see the difference between them. So looking at these, you want 1 piece of paper that's bigger and 1 piece of paper that's smaller. And we'll figure out why as we're working through it. This big piece of red paper is going to be my background, and this red paper is 12 inches by 12 inches, and then I think this one is 7 inches by 7 inches. I did 2 squares just because it makes it a lot easier. So when we're looking at this, the red is the negative and the white is the positive. We're like meant to focus on the white, but what I want to do is I want to make these 2 interact with each other. So I want to start making some of the red almost like work with the positive shapes. That's the white. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this red paper aside, and then on this white paper, I'm going to create some designs right along the edges. And what I'm going to do with these designs is I'm going to cut them out and then glue this back and then glue all those cut out pieces around it. So it makes the negative, the red, interact with the positive, which is the white, when we're talking about shapes. So you want to do it around the edge. And I'm going to move my scrunchie over just so I can have a more stable hand. And then you can start creating designs right around the edges. They can be kind of organic shapes, or you can make them geometric shapes if you would like. So maybe right here. I like mine to be really fluid. Like that. And then I'm going to bring it in. And then I want to make this one maybe like that, and then I'll leave this corner kind of more. And you can make different shapes. I just like to do these sort of shapes. You can make it any shape you want off the edge. Maybe I'll do some right here that are just kind of like triangles, but I'm going to make the top bent in. That, and maybe we'll do a smaller one right here. So now what my next step is going to be is cutting these out, but I want to keep this white paper intact. So I'm going to cut it out because I want both of these shapes. So I'm going to go through and cut each of these out, and I will be back. This would be a good time to pause the video if you've drawn yours to cut yours out as well. Okay, so now I've cut all of these pieces out, and I took out all of this, so I took away from this positive shape that we had, and now there's all this like negative shape, which is almost like what we would consider like the background. So now I'm going to set these pieces aside for right now, and then I want to take this and I want to glue this down in the middle. So you see where we took out all of that, it kind of made the negative shape or space, which is this red, kind of creep into all of these areas. So now I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to make for sure I get all of the edges so it can lay flat. So I'm going around the outside. I'm going to flip this over and then try to get it right in the center, just a little bit. I'm going to press down where I put all that glue so it can get flat. Some glue down here, that's okay. So now our next step is taking all of these pieces that we cut out, and instead of putting them right back where we cut them out from, we're going to take them and flip them over and put them around the outside. So then it kind of creates this new shape out of the positive being the white and the negative being the red. So then I want to go around and add these back on around the outside edge. Sorry, there's like a little bit of pencil or something right there. So then I would take this piece and I'd put it right there. It might hang off the page a little bit. That is quite all right. That's honestly a little bit expected. So there's this one. I'm going to line all of them up before I glue them. And then we have this one right here, this guy right there, and then this piece right here. So I'm going to go through and glue all these down, you guys, and I will be back. All right, so I got this all glued down. It's still drying, but this is it. I'm going to hold it up down here. And if you see all of these different areas where we cut these out and then put the white on the outside, it made this red into new shapes. So whenever we say positive and negative shapes, it doesn't just mean that like the negative shapes are just the background. They like interact with the artwork as well. So we pulled this white out from the positive and then we made it to where it like interacts even more with the negative being this background. So like all of these new shapes were created whenever we added these around the edge. I'm excited to see what shapes you guys do on yours. Obviously, I did a lot of organic shapes. You could just do triangles or squares coming out. You just want to do it all around to where it like there's something to look at throughout the entire artwork, not just on one side. I'm excited to see how your guys' come out. Have a good rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys all next time.